Hi, I'm Rachel Moses, and I lead sales, marketing, and business development at Electrify America. I've been with the company since 2017, and this year we had our first ever Reddit Ask Me Anything, where I was challenged to drive across the country exclusively using the Electrify America network. 2 years ago, our CEO, Rob Barossa, drove from Los Angeles to Virginia. I'm going to be driving the Snowbird route, starting here in Portland, Maine, and headed down to the Florida Keys. Along the way, I'll be picking up some of my colleagues and they're going to join me for the journey. Excited to hit the road? Let's charge on.
And we're off. My first guest is Carrie Ryder, who leads infrastructure planning at Electrify America.
I'm so excited to be here in your home state.
Maine is so excited to have you. We got coffee.
We're ready to do it.
We got pastries.
How many?
Like 10, an assortment.
That should be enough.
Okay, let's go.
Let's hit the road. First leg, am I driving or you are?
I'm your guest, so I'll be the passenger.
Passenger princess it is.
Yep.
For our first session, we're headed to Scarborough, Maine.
So cool part about the site is we actually have a battery here, which helps us manage our utility costs. That can be pretty pricey in this area. First charge.
Let's do it.
So what are we at?
49%. We have about 119 miles of range. Our current charging speed is around 110 kilowatts.
So get to like 85?
85 I think is enough. That's all we need, yeah.
Okay, let's go inside, take a break, and we'll watch it on the app.
Sounds good.
Cool.
What an angel.
What a natural.
Natural, camera loves her. So nice to be able to chat with some of the drivers that use our network. This couple is actually on their way tomorrow. She's running a marathon. Fortunately for us, she brought her dog Luna. We've been able to have a plat and a chat. Hi, Angel. Yeah. We're at 84%. This is a pretty busy site. We only need to get to 85%. We can let the next person hit the charger.
We're arriving in Chicopee, Massachusetts, which, fun fact, is the first ever Electrify America station. And we have around 20 miles of range left, which I can tell is making my guest a little uncomfortable.
I was a little nervous rolling in with 20. I'm not a 20-mile gal.
She felt as though we were white knuckling it too much with the range.
But I'm a planner.
I never,
by definition.
As a salesperson, I was highly confident.
And you're right.
What is so special about our next generation charger versus the equipment that we had in the market very early on?
Yeah, because all of our equipment early on was cutting edge. There were lots of lessons to be learned, right? And so we took all of those lessons and that experience and what diagnosis do we need to have? What difference between the error codes do we need to have? What serviceability do we need to have? And put it into our next-gen charger, which is performing really, really well. So it's great. We're upgrading all of our sites and it's helping customers everywhere.
We've just stopped the charge. We got to 94%. We're gonna head to the hotel and say goodbye to Carrie. You've been an amazing first passenger. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun and I hope that you have a great rest of the show.
We made it to the end of day one. It was a long day, but tomorrow is actually an even longer one. I'm gonna pack it in tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. It's day 2. We're off on maybe the longest part of the journey. Let's do it. We're off to pick up John Wilson, who leads one of the teams that keeps our network of charging stations online.
Hey, Rach, welcome to Connecticut.
You brought me a coffee.
I did.
I'm so glad to see you.
Great to see you too.
John, we got a long day. This is one of the longest routes. I'm so glad I'm doing this with you. Are you ready to hit the road?
I am.
Let's do it. Hop on in.
Let's do it. I'm stoked.
We've just reached the Waterford Comets location in Connecticut. This is a special site. This is where we have our NACS pilot. We only need to get to about an 85% charge since we are stopping a few times today.
It looks like we have a network issue, so yeah.
But this issue is only for the credit card reader.
Correct. So we should be able to start the charge using the app.
So John, if a customer sees a network issue or network error on the credit card reader, but they're still able to start a charge, what should they do?
There's a few things. They could call in. There's a customer assistance number right on the front of the charger, but they can also report an issue within the app, and it will still go to our contact center, who will then create a ticket for our triage team, and they will issue a reset and get everything going as needed.
Great to know that that's what they can do if they see that error on the credit card reader.
All right, so we're at 84%. I think that can get us to our next stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop our charge session. All right, off to New York, let's do it.
Do you want to drive for a bit?
You know what, why not? I've never driven an ID Buzz, this should be fun.
So we didn't really need a charge. We could have kept going, but coming through White Plains, New York, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to visit one of our commercial stations owned by the New York Power Authority NYPA EV Evolve Network. So this is, of course, powered by Electrify America. You can find this station on our app, initiate the session on our app, and of course, start and stop a session exactly as you would in any other way on the Electrify America network. We're going to get a very quick top up and keep it moving.
We arrived at East Brunswick with 38% state of charge. When we first plugged in, we noticed that the ramp up on the charge curve seemed kind of low. So we decided to move over to the next charger, and we instantly saw high speeds and got a great charge. Our last stop in New Jersey before we head to Reston, Virginia, where we'll be staying the night. We have some time, so we're going to head to the store and grab some food.
We started our charge at 66%, we've ended at 100%. We just spent perhaps a little too long in the store, buying some snacks and using the restroom. And now we have only 1 minute left before the idle fees kick in. We want to be respectful to other drivers and other customers waiting to use the site. And so we want to charge on, then move on. John, thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
Let's head in for the night, and I guess I'll see you next time in the office.
I'll see you in the office. I'm gonna go get some shut-eye.
It's day 3. I'm feeling great. Yesterday was long, but we're gonna crush it today. We're heading to the Center of Excellence to drop off the ID Buzz and meet Ken, who is going to show me around. There's a few things I'm really looking forward to seeing in person since the last time I was here. Hi, Ken.
Hey.
You brought me a coffee.
Good to see you. Here's a coffee for you.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to see you.
So good to see you.
Why don't you tell us where we are?
Yeah, so in this facility, which is called our Center of Excellence, we have chargers that represent every product that we have in the field. And then you'll see as well that there are vehicles throughout this space, and that allows us to test all of our releases, hardware, software. We even test our smartphone app in here. So we make sure everything is working at the highest levels before a customer ever sees it.
It's a lot of testing, and I think something that is not necessarily always well understood in our industry is the level of coordination that's required between the stakeholders, us as the network, and then also the automotive manufacturers as the vehicles themselves.
Yeah, it's really the secret sauce of being an open network. It's not enough to just test and release products. You've got to bring actual vehicles in.
Yep.
Test them against our chargers, run a bunch of different scenarios, and we take all the lessons that we've learned over the years, and we've actually created very sophisticated test plans and make sure our equipment continues to improve.
Because those nuances can evolve not only for us on the infrastructure side, for software and hardware, but also for the vehicles as well, right?
That's right, we're way ahead of the standards. The standards are catching up, but standards move slowly.
Yeah.
But our rate of innovation is very fast here, and so we continue to learn, and we continue to drive that into our test and release process. We're working on a number of different things. I already mentioned Plug&Charge.
Yep.
We've got the new NACS connector that we're integrating into our product.
We saw that yesterday when we were with John in Connecticut.
And then we have, of course, our next-gen chargers that are both out on the network as well as some new improvements that are coming, some new design improvements that we test and validate both here in the Center of Excellence. And we actually found this such an important core part of our business that we've expanded to a new technology development lab, which is just a couple doors down.
Yep.
And that's where we do kind of our core R&D, and we do all the really fun stuff for the engineers, where they get to work with new samples, new products, all kinds of concepts that are maybe even 1 or 2 years away from deploying on our network.
Maybe we can go and take a look at that part of the technology lab.
All right, let's do it. So one of the additions to our lab that I'm really excited about is our environmental test chamber. We want to be able to replicate all of the real-world environmental stresses on our charging equipment.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see this. I've heard about it for a long time. This is my first time seeing it.
So this is our environmental test chamber that we've deployed. Inside right now, we have one of our power cabinets and one of our dispensers, DC fast charge dispensers, testing at 50 degrees Celsius, which is 122 degrees.
As an Australian, you didn't need to make that transition for me. 50 degrees Celsius, 122 Fahrenheit.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So that's about as hot as any charger we'll see in North America, and it allows us to really make sure that this equipment will perform in any scenario. And if you want to come in, we'll take a look here.
Oh, can we open the door? I was gonna just peek through. We don't want to open the door because it's 122
It's
degrees.
122. It's a little warm inside, but if you take a look inside, you can see we've got our charger operating, and we've got the power cabinet, and we can actually do live charging as well. There's access panels inside of this chamber, so we can bring a vehicle right in through the door here, and we'll actually be doing live charging on the chargers while they're in the chamber. We have learned a few things. I think we're still, it's new, and we've got some proprietary kind of next generation equipment in there that we're testing, so we'll keep it a little bit under wraps for now.
Okay.
But we know that this is driving the kind of reliability that we need as a charge point operator, and so it's an absolutely excellent test asset for us to bring in-house. It's trust but verify, right?
That's right, and especially given that with over 1,000 stations across North America, we are in extremely disparate and different geographies. And so we experience the full range of these temperatures.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's most interesting, you probably think of hardware when you think of temperature, but we like to test the entire system, new software releases we bring in. Some of those can affect how the cooling system works and helps optimize it. So we can intentionally test features, not just looking for reliability, but we can make sure that new feature is achieving exactly what we want it to achieve.
That's actually something I didn't know. Cool.
Very cool.
Everything else I knew already.
Of course.
Duh. Ken, thank you so much. This has been such an interesting part of the journey, and I think really cool for people to see all of the work that goes into testing and also driving innovation across the charging network to improve truly our customers' experience. I'm so grateful that you had us here today. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure, and I'm really glad you got a chance to stop by our technology campus on your journey, and I wish you the very best as you continue on your way.
Let's get back on the road. I've got a new car coming, and also my next guest, Ben from Site Development and Construction.
Hey Rachel, need a ride?
Oh, you brought me a coffee.
I figured you needed it at this point.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see you.
Great to see you.
How much juice you got on this thing?
We have 100% state of charge. We're ready to hit the road.
Let's go to Raleigh. Wow, new car. This is nice. You have not had the joy yet of experiencing my playlist.
Okay.
Would you like to listen to some Kylie Minogue?
Who is that?
You're such an American right now.
Is
She's
she
an Australian
Australian?
icon, yeah. She's a pop star. She's been a pop star since the 80s.
I live under a rock.
And she just still serves hit after hit after hit.
Well, what's your karaoke song, Rachel?
I have a handful.
Number one.
Finally by CC Peniston.
Okay.
What's yours?
Belinda Carlisle. Heaven
I
is
don't
a
know
place
who
on
that
earth.
I don't know.
You don't know who Belinda Carlisle is?
Are we having like such a foreigner moment? Foreigner, do you sing
Can
any
I
foreigner?
get some backup here?
Yeah.
That not knowing who Belinda Carlisle is crazy?
If you don't know, how do you not know who Kylie Minogue is? So this car is enabled with Plug&Charge. The last vehicle we were in also was, but we chose to use the mobile app to start the session. Plug&Charge is seamless in that for the vehicles that are capable of using it, there is no other authentication necessary to initiate the session.
So you drive up and plug in.
That's it. So Ben, you and your team are constantly working to bring new locations onto the network every day. And customers can be made aware of these, of course, in our mobile app with real-time data, but now they can also see that real-time availability of a station and a charger on Google Maps.
We'll be able to use that to drive and charge on the way to our stations that we're building.
And review the ones that you pass along the way.
Great, 5 stars.
Oh, hopefully. Ben, I can see behind you that we're now at 83% charge. That's all we need to get onto our next location. Should we charge on?
Let's go.
All right. I'm so happy that you're still driving.
I'll make it easy for you on this leg. We're at 20%. We only need to get to 80% tonight, so that won't take long. You wanna go grab a bite to eat while we charge?
I'm starving, Ben. Let's go. We've reached 84%. That's all we need. We had a nice dinner. Let's stop the charge. Ben, thank you so much for today. It was great to have dinner and catch up with you. And also, thank you for doing all of the driving.
Well, thanks for coming to see my part of the world. Glad we had 2 good charges, and I'm sure we'll be on another road trip again soon. Good luck on the rest of your trip.
Today was awesome. I had such a blast in the lab and with Ben. I think we're really starting to hit our groove. I'm getting better at the American road trip and also getting better at driving long distances. To quiet a day today, I'm riding from Raleigh to Charleston. It'll be my first time in South Carolina. I'm looking forward to being by the ocean, seeing some of the cool restaurants and shops. But I'm solo today, so no one's brought me a coffee. Friendly camera guy. Why, thank you so much. Let's go to Charleston. All right, we just got to the one and only station that we have to stop at today from Raleigh to Charleston, and it's full. This is only a 4-charger site. It is also where we have our older equipment. As we look to the future of the network, we're building much larger, minimum of 10 chargers per location. This is Lumberton, North Carolina, and we're at about 43% charge. We only need to get to 80%. We don't have that much further to go to Charleston this afternoon. We have focused in this last couple of years of going back into locations where we deployed this earlier charging hardware and upgrading it to our next generation equipment. Of course, there still is a population of the legacy hardware on our network. Some of that will continue, and so we are committed to making sure that the experience at these sites is the same at every other. Session is ramping up nicely. We're at 115 and counting in the first minute. We started at 48%, not 43%. And we're getting close to 133, 140. This vehicle maxes out at 150 kilowatts, so I'm happy with that. The site is busy. I think this is an opportunity to grab some snacks and use the restroom. Another nice charge. We did have to wait about 2 minutes. The station was full when we first pulled up. Now, not so much. Sometimes that happens at a smaller location. We're gonna wrap up here just around 94%. I thought we needed 80, but it's a little bit further to Charleston than I'd calculated. We made it to Charleston. It was a good drive. It was interesting being by myself. I think I've learned that my energy's really shifted on this journey, and I didn't fully expect the ups and downs of how you get tired, how you have to stop, how much driving there is. Very happy to be here. I'm nice and chilled now next to the ocean. Everything here is idyllic. It is beautiful, it is quaint, and it's got a very cool vibe. I'm really excited to hang out and walk around and sort of just have some restoration before we get back on the road again tomorrow. I got to see King Street. I got to look around the town a little. Now I'm ready to get some rest. Tomorrow's a big day. I'm feeling rested after being solo yesterday, had a great night's sleep in Charleston. Now I'm gonna be social again. Going to head to Orlando and pick up my colleague, Aaron Young.
I heard I got to get you a coffee when we start things out.
I'm so glad the others must have told you.
They did. So how much charge do we need to get?
We need to get to 100% and I'm at about 17.
Should we plug in?
Let's do it. Once you listen for the click and initiate a charging session, it can take around 60 seconds, depending on the vehicle, to actually connect with the charger. So sometimes folks are waiting to see, hang on a second, what's going on here? But really that's the initiation between the vehicle and the charging station.
Looks like we're good now.
We've got about 20, 25 minutes. Why don't we have our coffees and catch up?
Sounds good.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
So my name's Aaron Young. I'm the senior manager of the commercial team. So I lead the team that works with third parties who want to own chargers, but we do everything behind the scenes to operate, maintain, build those stations. But the entities may want to own the brand. So they want to put their brand on the station. They may want to do loyalty programs. They want to decide how big the sites are going to be and where they're going to be. And so we enable them to make those investments and to have that good charging experience for drivers.
So they're leveraging everything that Electrify America does for itself, but for their own investment.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like the Knifer Evolve site I hit in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Costco site we're going to later today.
Can't wait to get to Costco. I hope there's enough time for me to get a hot dog.
I'm sure there will be, and I might want to get a pizza.
I thought that we needed to get to 100%. We actually don't, and when we arrived, the station was empty. It's starting to fill up now, so I think we can stop the charge and get on our way.
Yeah, let's do it.
You've never been here, right?
No, I've never been to South Carolina. I didn't know until I got here about there's a lot of history with the seafood and just like really great restaurants around the area, so it's really cool.
I'm loving the scenery. I love the palmettos, the ocean, these sort of swamps that we're passing. It's stunning. Oh, I'm ready for a stretch.
So we're at 23%.
Yep.
Got to get to about 100.
We need 100,
We
yeah.
got to plug in fast here. Yeah, I don't know why Road trips are so tiring even though you're not doing anything.
It's tiring being a passenger sometimes too.
Yeah.
All right, the session has initiated. So this car does about 150. We're within the first minute and we're ramping up at 138, 39, 140 and climbing. I think that's perfect.
All right, we're at 95%. I'm gonna unplug here.
All right, let's go.
Any tips or anything, or anything you learned from the first leg of the trip?
I think my expectations were a little bit different of how hard it would be to do the driving. I have been really happy about the natural break that you get from charging because I've needed to stretch my legs, walk around, have a drink, stay hydrated, especially earlier in the trip where the legs were a little longer. Each stretch was a little longer, and so this has felt like I needed to really recover yesterday, and I'm so happy that you're with me today and we can catch up.
Yeah, I mean, you've been doing this for days, so I can imagine you want some help with the driving.
Especially through Florida.
Yeah.
I think we'll be in Florida now for the longest time of any of these states.
Well, we made it. So we've got, what, about 8%?
8%, yeah.
And we need to get to about 80. And let's go check out Costco.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hi, how are you? Can I have a hot dog, please? Can I add onion and ketchup?
Yeah, we got the onions here.
Can I get 2 slices of pepperoni pizza, please? That's it.
While we were here, we met up with Cody McKenna, Operations Manager of Costco. Costco is working with Electrify America to grow their network of charging stations nationwide. We had some dinner, bought some snacks, and finished out our charge.
We're right at 90%. It's a little bit more than we needed. We're gonna stop the charge and say goodbye to Aaron. Thank you so much for joining for this portion of the drive for your first time in Florida and for being such an excellent passenger.
Yeah, thanks for letting me join this part of the trip. I have one question for you really quick.
Please.
Was the hot dog really good?
It was superb.
Okay, I had 2 slices of pizza, but I think I might need to go back for that. Please don't judge me.
No judgment.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
It was a long day. It was a great day. I feel full. I'm ready to rest. I'm kind of sad that tomorrow is the last day though. After such a long trip, I have had some ups and downs with my energy, and now I'm starting to feel sad that there's only one more day left of the journey. I'm gonna go to the hotel, have my last night's sleep, and we're gonna start super early tomorrow before we finish the drive in Key West. Today is the last day of the road trip. I've got 2 charging stops before we get to Key West. I am riding solo today, so I got myself a coffee. As you can see, it's the crack of dawn. We're up super early. It's gonna be a long day, but a great day to the southernmost point of the contiguous United States. Early in the morning, I'm the only one here. I'm at about 35% state of charge. We want to get just over 80% this morning to get to our final station before we get to Key West. It is slightly raining, but we are in southern Florida, and I understand here the rain doesn't last very long. It's already starting to get dry again. I'm going to go for a walk and be back in about 20 minutes. And just like that, it's not raining again. On, off, it keeps changing. We reached 81%. That's all we need to get to the next site. Definitely not driving in that, but I'm sure it'll start raining again. It's raining, and we're at our very last Electrify America charging station. We arrived at about 27%. We've got to get to just over 80 before we get to Key West. Yeah, we're ramping up really fast here. We're almost at 120 kilowatts in less than the first minute, so we're in a good spot for the charge curve of this vehicle. Let's hop back in the car. I feel kind of emotional that this is the end. We've had really great time charging and a really great time on the whole journey. And so I'm gonna close it out. All right, this is it. All of a sudden it's hot again. There's no rain. This is such wild weather. I'm gonna stop this session. Let's go to the very final stop of the entire road trip.
My charging may be finished, but before this journey truly ends, there is one last thing I have to do. Touch the famous buoy, the mark of how far we've come.
We did it! Woo! We made it! 6 days later. Southernmost point in the contiguous US. We drove all the way from Portland, Maine, and here we are in Key West. I'm exhausted, but it went really well. If I could have done anything over, I probably would have added one more day and spread the trip out a little longer. I feel as though it's been a longer, more emotional journey than I thought it would be, but we made it and we charged on.
If this road trip has shown me anything, it's that the future remains electric.
My trip is over, but yours isn't. Show us how you charge on by posting a photo, video, or story to Instagram with the hashtag #ChargeOn, and you could be featured in our next campaign.